Welcome back. Now, as we leave these service pitches on the left, they are what's called super pitches, in so much that they're bigger and we have more servicing, as in amperage, so we get full 16 amps as opposed to some of the other ones which have got 10 or less. Now, you will also note big trees, so that means shade in the heat of the day, which you really do need. The heat of the day, believe me, extends up until the early hours of the evening as well. And from a satellite reception point of view, our 83cm dish wouldn't even pick anything up from a British channel. Not that we could do it here anyway because of the trees, but last time we were here, we were on one of the other pitches, which I'll show you a bit further up, which doesn't have tree cover, and it still wouldn't pick up anything there. That doesn't mean you can't pick up other channels, it just means you can't pick up the normal UK British ones. Also on the right hand side here you will see some normal standard pitches, and beyond that some motorhome only pitches, so these are quite long. They do have cabin areas, seating areas at the end of those. Now, you know us, we typically use our site as a base to go and explore stuff. Now from here we found that you've got the half-an-hour trip down to Desenzano, which is where the main train station is. Free parking there, by the way, and then you can get to just about anywhere you want to. Now, on our first two trips, this is our third and final one, but on our first two trips we went to Venice. Now, you can book all the train tickets for that online, and that's an hour and a half trip-ish to be able to get across there. And a little bit of forewarning, Venice is not cheap, it's huge, and will take easily more than 2 days, which is kind of what we did, but spread over 2 years. But this time, 30-minute drive down to the train station, and then 30 minutes on to Verona, which just does happen to be a World Heritage Site. There's quite a lot of good reading actually if you go online. Now, as we go around this corner on the right hand side here, you'll see some normal standard pitches. They are fully serviced ones, but again the amperage is reduced to 10 amps rather than the full 16, and there are some with 6 amps as well, so be aware of that. On the left here, as you can see, there's tent pitching and things going on, and you can branch off to other avenues which are also standard pitches. Now, in amongst the tents and caravans and motorhomes, there is also some of these cabins with outside porches as well that you can rent, along with your outside toilet block, which I have to say is pretty good, with showers and all the rest of it in it. And next door you have a washing up area for those of you who do have tents. Now, I was going to say enough is enough for the pitches, but just around this corner past this English caravan, you'll see that you can purchase or rent. You'll see that you can rent some interesting little washrooms, which, you know, has got all your self-contained shower and stuff within it. Interesting. And moving on round, we come to the back of the pool area. Now, last night we did have a bit of a storm. As you can see, there's a puddle in that drain cover there, and I can hear a keep fit class in the pool is going on. So there's quite a few shaded areas around it. Spinning around to the left here, you'll see there's a kind of a marquee, I suppose, where they do lots of kids entertainment, playing games, telling stories and so on. If you're more into your sport, it's a football and tennis court area. Well, let's carry on. There's loads more to see. And through here is the other pool, and this one has a view of the lake. You see where that crane is? There's a lake there. And then carrying on round, I reckon this is probably the oldest part of the site. These ones are really, I'm going to call it a pack 'em in job, because these pitches are fairly small, some without power, but probably more aimed at the camping side of things. There's an awful lot of tents in here. Through there is where you can hire boats. But let's carry on. There's more. Wow. Now, how did he get that level? Talk about levelling. How low is that? How high is the back for that? Ah. And how about that for a lake view then?
And somebody with a dog, look. I'm just going to split it this way so you can see this. It's a trike with 2 electric batteries.
Mind you, I'm not surprised judging by how steep some of this is.
View in the jetty. Wow. You can certainly get close to the water here. Kiddie play area. To my left we go up again.
Now that one's got a heat shield, so these ones on the left are slightly more permanent, with street lamps and a very nice lake view, by the way.
There's quite a few scrape marks on the road here as well. And that's the restaurant down there where we were a couple of nights ago, actually, on that table just there.
And now we're heading back because the restaurant's not far from our pitch. However,
that's the way down to the beach through there. But it's actually got a little jetty. The water's not that deep, look, for going in. This is where we have to come for information point to pay our local taxes. And right in front of us is a shop, and it's quite a well-stocked shop. That's where you come in the morning for your croissants. And that's the toilet box. I'll give you a little tour of those. They are very good.
and we're back. Now, as you do when you're on holiday, the restaurant becomes a little bit of a focus point. And surprise, surprise, we take every opportunity to book into this one. However, let's have a look at this from the water. And before you ask, I can really paddle at this speed, you know. And to the right here, you have more luxurious dining, going all the way around to those three umbrellas that are not even pulled out yet, where there's a takeaway pizza place and a little kiddies play area. And so we book a table for tomorrow. More on that later. Morning. As if we needed another acronym, I've now got one. I've just had a Wim Hof. Fiona will explain what that is.
You must have watched the series with Wim Hof. What he means by that is a cold shower. They do recycling a lot here in Fornella, so that's Steve off to the recycling area and the rubbish. So in his right hand you can see general rubbish, his left hand you can see yellow for plastic and green for bottles and cans. And you do need to clean them out regularly because in a place like Fornella you get lots of ants and bugs and things. They take recycling seriously. They give you little bags, but we find them pretty useless, so we use our own. And that gets really recycling's done every other day, and the general rubbish, that's the first time we've emptied it this week. So, and you can see over there a blue bag, and that's for cardboard.
And now we're off for a whistle-stop tour of the facilities, which on this site are excellent. You will find on the left a washing area, closely followed by the gents, and then an area for parents with toddlers, and behind that is a laundry area. On the right's the women's stuff. So as you can see, there are basins and they're all beautifully clean. And then round the corner and through you get to the toilets, again all very clean and well looked after. And then round the corner again and you get to the showers. As you can see, hair dryers and all the usual stuff with shelves and with hangers to hang everything up. And now we're off to the swimming pool. which you really need on a very hot day. It does get busy. This is the most busy swimming pool. There is another one for adults. We tend to hit this one at about tea time because then we could be guaranteed of finding a seat. And as you can see, this is probably about 5-ish, something like that. It's still really packed. They do have lifeguards on site, and one of them did look like Kylo Ren. We could not get over the likeness, and we commented on it every single time we were there. But here we are, and there's Steve wearing his trunks. And we ought to point out to you that in many places in France you are not allowed to wear boxer short type trunks. Here they were pretty relaxed about it, but in other places they were not, so we had to rush off and buy David some suitable swimwear for other sites. However, here, as you can see, he could wear his boxer short trunks.
And now for that restaurant. What do you think, David, then? First night? It's not bad for you at all, is it? Is it, Mum?
Yeah, it's lovely. While we're here.
We were lucky to get a table here because all these tables are all reserved, look. Isn't it lovely? Oh, we had to leave early this morning, but it was okay, good drive through. And that is Lake Garda. Now, on my way out of this site, I do have a little bit of a practice, as if I've got the caravan on the back of it. Now, both the in and the out of this site are actually controlled by these electronic gates, so we wait for those to come over. But meanwhile, just behind that blue container you can see on the right hand side, this is where you take your waste and your rubbish. And believe me, it is manned, and the guy even went through all my bags to make sure I was putting stuff in the right containers. Well, they do take it seriously. Now, on the way out, I'm looking at this going, I've got a big outfit. I need to aim for that green bin as close as I can get to it, and then spin all the way around, hopefully missing the barrier so I can get through there, and then go up to where that black car is at the end. Now, this does mark the entrance to this site, but you have to be careful there. There is another site just down to the left there. And hopefully when you go around the corner you don't meet anything like this car coming down, especially when you've got a big wagon on the back of it. And then you go up to the main road, and there is a mirror there and you can see to the right hand side. But yeah, you do have to take caution when you're coming out this side.
Are you anti-biting?
Yeah,
Yeah, show them that stuff you use.
it's after bikes, it's after the bloody fact, isn't it?
Now, the reason for this trip in the evening time, all at vineyards. Anyway, it's what? Well, just gone 7 o'clock actually, and it is 33 degrees at this time of night. But my daughter number 2, your daughter number 1, is flying in to Verona Airport, so we're on our way to go and get her and take her back. It was quite nice tonight, so we didn't have a restauranty meal. So you did some of them skewer type things again, didn't you?
Yeah.
A nice salad. Sat outside in this heat, and it's the only time of year, if you think about it, that we do this type of thing. Sat outside, eating all together as a family with a fan on.
Yeah.
Villa.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Normally we'd have wine, but we couldn't tonight because we're travelling.
Yes. But never mind, she's worth it.
Yeah, she is.
Are you hot and sweaty? Can you feel the heat? There's your plane, look. Anyway, guess who buggered up the car park on the way in? Well, I did. And we're now in the walk miles away, but anyway, it doesn't matter. They only charge you €5 no matter what.
I know, it's a random flower. Don't worry, we'll tell you all about Juliet's tit in another episode. Please like, subscribe, hit the little bell, and we'll see you next time.